scientists are missing.
Day at 6 p.m.
Welcome back to Unscrewed. So you don't have to be an astronaut or get abducted by aliens or smoke DMT to fly into outer space. You could be like my next friend and build your own rocket ship. Via satellite from Minneapolis, Minnesota, here's Kai Michelson, the Rocket Man. Hey, Kai. Great to have you on the program. First of all, congratulations. As I understand it, you are the first private citizen to build a rocket and launch it in outer space.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty cool, huh?
That's really cool, man. I mean, how did you learn how to do something like this? What's your background?
My background is in the early 50s. I got a chemistry set, and I started making black powder. That's how it all started.
Really? So from that, you got some black powder, a chemistry set. Next thing you know, you're actually launching things up into space. I mean, space is a long way away. Officially, how high does that rocket have to go to be in outer space?
62.5 miles. Or 100 kilometers.
Wow, that's amazing, man. How many missions did it take before you actually made it up there?
Well, actually about 4 of our main space shot rockets, but before that I built a lot of smaller rockets.
Let's take a look at the actual blast off. We have some video of the Go Fast rocket being launched in outer space.
9,
all right.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Holy crap, man, that's amazing. That thing was great. Like, did you have to get permission from NASA or some agency to do that? Or you just like look up in the sky and like, all right, looks like no plane's coming. Well, let's launch her off.
Well, that's a story in itself. It actually took me about 2.5 years to convince the federal government that I was capable of building and launching a rocket like that.
Where did you do that? Because I would imagine, I mean, if I was the government, I wouldn't let you do that anywhere near like any population. Where did you do that?
Well, that was actually out in the Black Rock Desert.
Oh, where they had the Burning Man Festival?
Yeah, oh yeah. We were just another happening out there.
Man, I've launched myself in orbit many times out there myself. Guarantee you. It's called the Go Fast rocket. How fast did that rocket actually travel? Okay.
Well, you ready for this? It went Mach 2 in 2 seconds, so that's 2 times the speed of sound in 2 seconds. And 9 seconds, it went 4,000 miles an hour.
All right, so put that in perspective for someone like me who doesn't know anything about space travel or rocket science.
Well, you know, basically it was going 4,000 miles an hour. That's, you know, almost a mile a second. So you could see that thing was cooking.
It really was burning some rubber, man. Now I see that. I guess that thing behind you, to your right, is that part of the rocket?
Yeah, that's actually the nose cone in the payload section. And you can see the paint was actually burnt off of that, the lower part. That's just from the friction of the air going over it.
What kind of paint? Is that Glidden? You should have used the Glidden paint.
No. No, it was heat-proof paint like they use on headers on race cars.
We're taking a look at you like finding the rocket right now. And I see when you found that thing, it was actually like buried right in the playa, right in the desert.
Yes, it was.
How deep down did it go? Did you guys have to like burrow into it?
Well, actually, it hit a bunch of boulders and split the boulders right in half. The nose cone is made out of tool steel. And it actually split it right in half. And hey, the nose cone was in great shape after we took it apart.
It looks pretty good. Where do you keep that in your house?
Well, actually, I should sleep with it, but you know, my wife isn't at school yet.
Pretty proud of that rocket, aren't you? Know?
Well, there's a little bit of radiation in it too.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen people sleep with things like that. I know NASA spends billions and billions of dollars to build their rockets. How much did it cost you to build the Go Fast rocket?
Well, when we first started this thing, actually in about 1995 up to now, it's about $700,000. But they're more around about $150,000 to $200,000.
Why did you do that? I mean, that's a lot of money, man. I mean, are you going to make any money off of this? Or is this just for fame to end up on this crappy TV show?
No, it's a great show.
I mean, what have you gotten out of this?
I did it, you know, because I was a dropout of school in the 9th grade. I'm totally dyslexic. And back then when my teacher told me, you know, I don't want your kind around here, it just set my precedence and made my character. And I decided to take this challenge on. I ended up fighting with the federal government. I ended up fighting with a lot of people, but when it was all done, I pulled it off.
Did you say that to your 9th grade teacher? Like, oh yeah, Mrs. Stanley, well, I'm going to build a rocket ship and go to space.
No, I think I told her I was going to race in the Indianapolis 500.
That never happened, did it?
No, but I did race cars. I raced a lot of rocket-powered cars.
So what's next? I mean, are you guys going to try to build a rocket that you can actually sit in and go to outer space, that would have to be a very powerful rocket.
Well, I think probably the next thing is an orbital flight. Probably the next thing we'll get into is small projects that will start with microsatellites, and we'll go from there.
Kind of like a Sputnik kind of thing. Is NASA, are they going to be cool with that? Are you actually putting something up there?
Well, I'll tell you what, at first they were pretty gun-shy of us, and we were of them. But once they got to know that those guys were very serious of what we were doing, and we knew what we were doing, they really started backing us. We got a lot of support towards the end.
Yeah, have they offered you a job?
I don't think so. I wouldn't take it. I don't work for nobody.
We should point out rocketry and motor building is kind of in your blood. Your grandfather, Anton, helped build the first Michelson motorcycle back in 1912, right?
Yeah, well, actually, it was actually before that, 1912, actually about 1906. And they built the Michelson motorcycle and the Minneapolis motorcycle. But I've also got some pictures of my great uncle coming off a ski jump in 1905 on a bicycle.
Wow. You come from a very talented family, my friend.
Yeah.
Kai Michelson, congratulations, all right?
Well, thank you very much.
You got it. You guys find out more about the story, and you do it by visiting KaiMichelson.com. He actually sells rocket kits.
That's really impressive.
It was amazing.
My teacher said something to me once. I ended up spray painting a car.
Hey, coming up, our Girl Gone Wired is so tasty, she oozes pork gravy. Stick around. We had the